Legendary saxophonist, flutist, a flute player, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, and composer McCoy Mrubata, renowned of course for grooming talent, community upliftment in the music industry, and take nothing away from this man. He knows what he's doing with a saxophone in his hand. He's actually come in, what a treat for us, joining us this morning on the show. Bro, it's wonderful to see you. We were actually just saying off air, I had a moment where I thought you'd left us for America, but actually you were just over there for what?
Yeah, a couple of months, yeah. In and out, you know. Yeah.
Touring?
Yeah, touring,
Okay.
yes, yeah, lecturing and, you know, yes.
You see, that's the thing,
like
is, I mean, you even go to the States to go and lecture there as well. But I saw the Instagram or Twitter posts when it was happening, and I thought you'd left us. My heart broke a little bit. I was like, no, bring him back. He can't leave us. So, Mandela Month, we're bringing some jazz, we're bringing some saxophone into this as well. How are you doing that for us?
I'm partnering with a community, orchestra, based in Cape Town and in Gauteng. There'll be some workshops at the Soweto Theatre, and then also, of course, giving the young ones, taste of music and teaching them, and then also a performance at the Emperor's on the 21st, this coming Friday, next Friday.
21st of July?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So the performance is going to be with you and everyone that you're involved with as well?
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell us what you're playing, or is it a bit of a secret? You know I was going to ask. Or is it a surprise?
A surprise, yeah. On the night we'll have, two beautiful guest artists, Zashia Zakas, beautiful singer from El Dorado Park, and then Modem Sutwana, and doing, rendition of their songs, and some popular South African songs. It's going to be a very user-friendly program, People will do Asimbonanga by Johnny Clegg, it's going to be just beautiful.
When you think of the late Nelson Mandela, he was quite a big jazz fan, wasn't he? He loved his saxophone. Did you ever have a chance to meet him? I actually don't know.
No, yes. Back in 1994, actually, just before he was the president, and then when he was the president, it was too far to reach, when it just came out, I was privileged, to meet him, yes.
He was a massive fan. I do remember that at the time as well. So you're still going, you're doing tours to America, you're back now. Yes. I think so many people always wondered, where do you get the energy from to keep giving back and keep teaching and keep learning with these youngsters these days? Why is it so important to you?
I just love giving back, I mean, remember growing up, we didn't have much. I would follow jazz, legends like Winston Mankunku, Ezra Ngukane, I always think of myself when I was younger, that thing, is staying with me, hence I really love giving back. And in terms of the energy, I don't know, maybe is this a big horn that's about my size? Yeah, I don't know.
So now when you start taking a look at the music industry, I'm sure someone in your position does. I mean, it's not just the saxophone that you play. Obviously, you're a composer. And I would imagine you are, if not overly involved in the music industry, you got your ear to the ground as well. This kind of classical music, these classical instruments like this, that are not drums and keyboards, are the youth getting into this? I know you're mentoring a few people, but it seems like it's quite a small group.
It's growing. At one stage, it was minimal, but now it's growing. And another thing that keeps me going is because these youth are getting better education, Everything is the tip of their hands,
Oh, you mean like even just using their phones? It's easy access.
Exactly. So I have to keep up myself, Yes, yeah. That there's been a number of them, joining, the ranks of playing saxophones. There's lots now.
Of all the instruments that you play, is saxophone still the one that you turn to all the time? I think that's obviously what you're most known for. Is that always been the love?
In the 70s, it was the flute, and then in 1980, I bought my first big horn. So yeah, it's been lately, for the past 30 years or so, I'm known as a saxophonist,
How much airtime do artists in this genre get these days? I think where I'm trying to go is, and you almost alluded to it, where the youngsters these days, they're on their phones all the time. Are you finding there's a natural interest from youngsters to music like this? Are you getting as much airplay? Not necessarily you, but the genre of music. Are you still getting enough airplay, perhaps like you would have in years past?
No.
It's a problem. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. No. We're struggling. Hence, one campaigns outside South Africa. You know, for some reason, there's more airplay for me there, and more opportunities there. You know, yeah. Hence, some cats are tempted to stick around to stay. You know, but no, I love home. I have to come back here, you know. Yeah, I know things are going to get better, you know. We need airplay.
We need airplay. That's why I actually asked the question, because I remember doing an interview with somebody a couple of years ago. It wasn't Brahu, it was somebody else in the industry, saying that the issue now is on community radio stations, regional radio stations, never mind national radio stations, they're not having the airtime anymore, so people aren't used to their music as well. So a little later, I've convinced you, my team has convinced you, you're going to give us a little performance. What are you playing for us? Is it something specific for Mandela Month, or what do you have for us a bit later?
I'm going to play a lullaby, you know. I'm going to slow things down in a song dedicated to my grandson, Kaya, you know, lullaby for Kayoyo. Yes, yeah. Maybe, you know, segue into a jazz classic, you know, which people will recognize.
They'll recognize. That's part of the fun. That's a surprise. We're not going to give you everything, of course, Bra. McCoy isn't going to do that. So it's coming up for you a little bit later. All the best for the rest of the month. So you were saying Carnival City, 21 July?
21 July, Emperor's
Palace.
Yeah, 21 July with Zacchaeus and Mondem Sutwana Compo. You know, it's going to be great. The show starts at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Jazz on a Friday night. That's exactly what.
People can get tickets at the Spa or Ticket Pro.
Wonderful. McCoy Mrubata, thank you very, very much indeed. 21 July, Emperor's Palace, that's where you get the tickets as well. The big horn is ready. It's coming up for you in a couple of minutes from now, just towards the end of the show.